a red balloon came up, Pennywise the clown, and I saw two eyes, and I tried screaming for my parents, but nothing would happen, and I woke up. Episode 5. Damn straight. I'll get straight into it. Now the plan was today, especially seeing it's Valentine's Day, is to talk. I was going to talk about like relationships with God, woman from God, and all that stuff. Obviously, not marriage advice, because it'd be stupid for me, who's not married, to give marriage advice. So I know about that, but like seeking the right person and all that stuff, and waiting and that. But something else happened in my life which made me change plans. So yes, I'm going to tell you a story of what happened in the past week, and yeah, we'll get into that. So I'll start off with this. That the past week or two, kind of kicking my ass. Things have been raised. I've been angry more, upset more, scared. Frustrated more. Things that didn't normally get to me got to me. And it got to the point where I wasn't depressed, but I don't want to let myself be depressed. Not because I'm all pathetic and weak, and I just I know if I get depressed, it just suck really. And I've been said plenty of times, but the one thing I try and stop myself from being is depressed, and that. But I was close to. I will admit I was close to, but I got through it, as I thankfully do, and I hope you do too if you're in a similar situation. But yeah, basically I got sad and upset and all that, kind of getting out of control. I didn't want to go to sleep because I didn't want tomorrow to come, and I didn't want to wake up because I couldn't be asked to go through the day and do all the stuff that I normally do and just facing the world really. I lost motivation. Obviously it's not the key thing, obviously discipline is, but even then I lost discipline as well. I just laid in my bed. I couldn't be asked to do anything. I couldn't be asked to get up or like that. I was burnt out. I took a few days off as well, but I was still kind of burnt out after. So yeah, it just sucked, very much sucked. So thankfully I was blessed. This was probably probably the worst day and all. Just I just can't be asked for any of this stuff. Little things would help, like journaling and that, but little things not much were helping. And obviously it was time to watch a video and learn from Daily Stoic, hosted by Ryan Holiday, which I love. He's my favourite content creator. And he had a video called being sane in an insane world, or how to be sane in an insane world. I'm like, this is perfect timing, this is something I really needed. And I watched it and it hit me, and it very much helped me out. After watching the video, things were just lifted off my shoulders and all that. And the thing is, I knew the stuff before, some stuff's put in there, not having an opinion, understanding that people will be people, they can't be any other way. Those people have to exist, bad people have to exist in this world, and it's impossible for a world to exist without them, so, and stuff like that. And obviously not focusing on bad stuff in the world, like news and all that. So it was a good video, and I knew all that stuff anyways, but it just kind of woke me up to it, if you know what I mean. And obviously I've used all that and the stuff that was in that video, and that's helped me as well. And I'm grateful for that video, and I do think that was a blessing from God, and obviously from Ryan Holiday. And after that I was journaling, I remember, and I'm obviously I was happy and that, I felt better, but I'm you know what, God, it just popped into my head. I assume God put it in there, everyone says to, when you're struggling in life, read Proverbs or Psalms. As I say, yeah. I just read Proverbs because I just kind of prefer Proverbs. Just why not, So as I'm journaling, I wrote that down. I'm going to read Proverbs. Even though I read the Bible today, I'm going to read Proverbs. This was on, was it Tuesday, I think? Tuesday or Wednesday of this week, and it is Friday today. So yeah, anyways, I said that, and I said to God, right, fair enough, I'll do it, but I have an Alexa, hopefully I don't activate her, and I said, God, I'll ask her, because I don't know why sometimes we just ask her to flip a coin or pick a number between 1 and 10 and stuff to help me make decisions. It's kind of stupid, but it helps sometimes. So I said to God, I says, you know what, you're going to be in control. I'm going to ask her for a number between 1 and 10. And whatever you pick is how many pages of Proverbs I will read. It doesn't matter if it's 1 page or 10 pages, I will read it. So I asked, and she picked, or he picked, number 7. Now I thought that was interesting because number 7 is my lucky number. It's one of my favourite numbers, and it is a lucky number anyway, you know, lucky number 7. So there was that, which was amazing. But also I'm pretty sure 7 has something to do with the Bible, I think. I may be completely wrong here, I'm just going a hunch, but yeah, you know, I thought that, I'm like, cool, interesting, you know, and I had a feeling, number 7, when asking and that. So I did, and I read 7 pages of Proverbs, you know, from obviously the first page of Proverbs, you know, 7 pages. And the thing was, I was expecting it to hit me like it did the Stoic video that I watched. I was expecting to hit me in the face, be like, whoa, this is what I really needed, but it kind of didn't, and it kind of got me gutted. I mean, yeah, I learned some things and that, like, you know, being faithful, having wisdom and all that, and I knew that anyways, but it also did help again, so I did need it, and I appreciate having that. And I did like the best thing I got from it, what I remember is obviously focusing on the woman you love, like indulging in the love of your wife. Obviously I don't have one, but you know, instead of like adulteresses, as you know, the worldly woman and all that, you know, it's like focus on the right woman. I'm like, amazing, you know, I love that stuff, because for me, I cannot wait to meet my future wife and fall in love with her and marry her and have kids with her and have a lovely family and live the rest of my life with her. I cannot wait for that. And generally I do think about that every day in my life, so yeah. But like I said, it nothing really hit me, you know. It didn't really like, wow, you know, like make my jaw drop. It was just like, oh yeah, no, cool, you know, and just kept going. I didn't think anything of it, but then that night of having read Proverbs, I'm pretty sure it was the night after, I had a dream. I know, which is pretty interesting, and because I've been obviously worked up for a while and all that, like I said at the start of this, it's suited with that, you know. It was weird. I'll go through it. It wasn't a lucid dream, which is where it feels like real life, but it's a dream and you can wake up whenever you want. I've only ever had 2. One was I was on a tablet, kind of random. Second one, scary. It was with Pennywise the clown. No jokes. I was sleeping, and at the end of my bed, but it felt so real. I'm pretty sure it was a lucid dream. Anyways, I had a vivid dream, obviously, where you know it's a dream, but it's like you just see it clearer, if you know what I mean, instead of, you know, actually like being in it. Anyways, I had a vivid dream about this, and that's why I remember it. But it was in a school for some reason, I don't know, but we'll just continue anyways. And there was a guy who really annoyed me, you know, saying stupid stuff and all that. And it's kind of like the people who's upset me, and that's what I'm getting worked over, like horrible people. So I punched him. I remember that. I've never been in a fight before, you know, so yeah. But in the gym, I punched this guy, and nothing happened. You know, I was like, oh, and I like stumbled, walked out, and that was that. And I remember in the dream, obviously, I had the fear of like having to watch my back all the time and worrying and like fretting in case it comes and attacks me or something's gonna happen, like I get done, you know, as well as. And I remember seeing someone like him and then fighting them and knocking them out, and the funny thing was it was a woman and all, which is quite horrible. So yeah, and what I think that resembled was like, you shouldn't, I can't stay like being worked over people, because it's going to leak and I'm going to start hating and being an arsehole to people I love and all that, and doing things I shouldn't do to people who don't even deserve it or shouldn't even have that treatment from me, if you know what I mean. So there's that. I remember that I felt horrible. Obviously, I apologised to the woman, and yeah, and then the rest of the day, while in my dream, I was fretting again, being nervous and all that. And then I saw the guy, in my dream, yeah, and I went up to him, and I could picture myself like hitting him, like really beating him like to a pulp and causing him a bloody face. But I didn't. Instead, I walked up to him, I asked for forgiveness, and I apologised to him. And I thought this is interesting because there's like people in my life, and I do not think I could ever forgive them, and I don't know if I will. But what I think this dream resembled was all this bad crap I've gone through, and all this like energy and this anger towards things and life and that. I think what it means is it's going to end peacefully. I don't know, because these people who annoy me, it's my neighbours, I spoke about them in the last episode, or was it, no, episode before, sorry, in episode 3, and I generally hate them, and I want to hit the lad man there, similar age to me, a bit older. I generally want to hit him and beat him to a pub. Maybe that's what that resembles, the guy I hit then. But after all that hatred I had and that worry and the dream and all that, in the end I ended it peacefully, and that was that. Now this could just be me telling you a dumbass dream and can be wasting time. But generally when I woke up I felt like it resembled something, and now again I'm not too sure what I've said is like these things, horrible things that's going to happen, it's going to end in peace, like it's going to end in a good way. Maybe it's like I said, I can't let this anger and this upset leak out and destroy people who I love and stuff. Like if you don't heal your wounds, you bleed on the people you love, kind of thing. Just that's what I'm getting from it. I mean, you might think something different, and if you do, please let me know, because I've got a kind of a thought, but I'm not 100% sure because because I'm just not, but it was interesting how it all played out, interesting how it went from me to hitting this person to forgiving them and asking for forgiveness, should I say, and apologising to him. Maybe it's a sign of I need to end this thing in peace, and how like anger and fighting or whatever, I ain't gonna handle it. Maybe it is, or maybe it's just my subconscious mind telling me to move on and let stuff go and just end it in peace or whatever. Which it might be. It might generally be, but I just thought it'd be an interesting thing to share with you because, well, yeah, the only other time I've had a dream like that after I broke up with my girlfriend, and there was she had like a mate who were kind of, I used to be mates with Manol in secondary, but it was kind of weird. He did some weird things, I've heard, anyways, and I just kind of hated him. I didn't have a valid reason to, but I said, oh, if I see him, if he ever does anything, that's it, no, I'll have him and all that. And I remember after that, I had a dream, quite heartbreaking to be fair. There was her, my ex, and she would confess in love, saying, oh, I still love you and all that, and distracting me, and then he came from behind me and started attacking me. I thought, damn. And I remember fighting him, and how every single bit of fighting I did in that dream was everything I knew. Every bit of karate I knew, self-taught, every bit of boxing I knew, again, self-taught, was used to beat this guy and defend myself. Now, I don't know if that resembles anything, and it probably doesn't. But it's like, yeah, I generally thought this dream had like a meaning, and it's funny how after that things have been getting better, and I'm starting to feel better. I'm starting to get my discipline back, and I'm starting to get my life back in order, and and stuff like that. And I'm not burnt out anymore. I've got like a boost of energy again, and I'm feeling more motivated. Like the past week or two, like it would kind of difficult for me to film like a video, like from a podcast like this, or like God does wonderful things, even when you don't think He's going to do anything, even when you don't expect it. So it's always when I'm in struggling situations, He always comes in clutch. Something always happens, even though I doubt Him, even though I'm like, sorry God, I've got no faith in you. He always comes in clutch and sorts it out, and that should happen with you. I was like, yeah, it's just, I think it's an amazing thing how like I needed Him desperately, of how bad things were getting, and he came and was like lifting me out. Now, yeah, I'm not perfect, you know, I'll be honest with you, but I'm getting back and getting better and stuff. I'm happier. It's like I'm not worried as much anymore. I'm not. Those stupid ass neighbours aren't really affecting me. You know, I just think to myself, like, as it said in that Stoic video, like, they're someone who I never want to be, so why the heck do I care what they do, what I think they might do, and why do I care about them? Because I'll never want to be like that, and if I swap my lives with them, I'd hate it. So I've got a better life, and I love the life I have. You know, and the same goes for you if you're struggling with stupid people, you know, stupid situations, that, you know. So yeah, but it's like just something to share, because I just thought it was something cool and something to help you with, something to help you out with if you're going through bad times and that. Like, it sucks, you know, going through bad times, and if you are watching this and you're going through something horrible, I really hope, you know, you get through it, and I'm sure you will, as long as you keep going. Like, even some stuff that's been going on for a while, like, like I said earlier, you know, I can't wait to marry and find the love of my life and all that. Like, I want to find a girl now, but I'm not going to chase love, because from mistakes and lessons, you know, I've realised that ain't how you go. You know, you wait for love and wait to come towards you, and one day it'll just come in your life like that, you know. But yeah, you know, I do feel lonely at times. You know, I see obviously my parents, they're married, you know, my brother's got a girlfriend, my mate's got a girlfriend. You know, I'm like, I really want mine, you know, my girlfriend, my future wife, to just be by my side, to be able to message her, to call her, to love her, to, you know, to help her through things that I can't wait to help her, and for her to help me, and for her to be my backbone and all that. But the thing is, I know I'm not ready for that yet, and I haven't been for ages. And whenever I get close to something, my brain just tarnishes it anyways. So it's like, I want to love. I really want it, but I know I can't have it, so I won't get it. You know, and I know God knows that I'm not ready. You know, I still lust and stuff like that. I know I'm not in the best place financially, I will admit. You know, I'm not making or doing an income, but I want to be able to support my girlfriend, you know, and give her gifts and take her on dates and all that. And I know that's not everything, but it's something I want to do. And yeah, you know, like, just get that as one another, and it kind of sucks, you know, loneliness. But I'm used to that now anyways. But obviously that did again heighten during the crappy week I've had and all that. Crappy 2 weeks or whatever, you know, it did heighten then and all. But it's like, it's one of my cats. It's gone now. But yeah, you know, it's like, bad stuff happens, things like that happen. You've got to get through it and you just keep going, and eventually you get to the right spot. Eventually I'll meet the right person, the love of my life. I don't know when. Could take a year, could be within the next month. You know, it could take 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, you know, who's to say. But no point worrying about it. You know, no point worrying about those stupid ass neighbours. No point worrying about all the difficulties that are coming my way and that, you know, just to take life one step at a time. And you need to do that as well. You know, you've got to just be careful and, you know, ask God for help. You know, what I recommend watching that video I watched by Daily Stoic, you know, Ryan Holiday, of how to stay sane in an insane world. You know, stay connected and socialise with your friends and that. Don't cut yourself off from people. You know, and yeah, I mean, I guess here I'm just telling you things that I need to tell myself, and sometimes I do that, you know, sometimes like content creation and that, I make videos to sometimes speak to myself, if you know what I mean. I asked God for help through Alexa, and it did, not in the way I thought it would, but it did help, definitely help. You know, I got blessed with the Stoic video and all that to help me out, and I've got out of this horrible last time, like hell 2.0. I'm feeling better, more confident, things getting back up and all that. So yeah, it's just a bit of a random episode, I suppose. I mean, much of a flow, which I apologise for, but yeah, it's just one of those things I wanted to share with you, and hopefully I can resonate with you because as you're my audience, I want to connect with you. You are my guest in this podcast, especially seeing as I don't have any guests on at the moment. So I'd want to resonate with you and tell you some stuff about my life and be more vulnerable and stuff. Because I'm learning with you and all. Don't just see me as a host and someone who knows everything, because I don't. I've only been doing self-improvement for 2 years. Yeah, I know a good bit, but I don't know everything. You can definitely tell me many things that I don't know. You can definitely comment something to help me, which I hope you do, to be honest with you. But times like this, because, hey, you know what, if I generally need your help as well, even though I'm here to help you and, give you content, I'd like your help as well. I always need help from people, You can always learn from someone, no matter how stupid they are, how much annoying they are, there's always an opportunity from someone. And I suppose out of those stupid neighbours and that, I'm going to have to take an opportunity from them, What opportunities can I take from being single and that, being lonely, while it gives me time to become a better man, it gives me time to focus on God more, it gives me time to do my own things and focus on business and then work my way up. But yeah, just wanted to share that with you today, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed. It is a short episode, but it's alright. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you resonated with me and stuff like that. Sorry I waffled on a bit, but gotta try things, and also every episode hopefully I get better talking. Hopefully I get better being a host of a podcast to you and connecting with you, because I generally do. So yeah, and I'll end you with a bit of wisdom. Don't know if I'll recommend the book this time. No, I'll recommend you Ryan Holiday's Courage is Calling. It's about the virtue of courage from Stoicism. It's not about being brave and facing your fears, just being brave and doing stuff you don't want to do, and that, to strengthen yourself, to strengthen your body, strengthen your mind. It's all about courage, really. So yeah, and help you be a more brave person. So I recommend that. One of my first books I bought that was written by Ryan Holiday as well. I love the guy so much. I'd love to meet him one day. And, who knows, maybe this podcast could have him on one day. Maybe I could go on his one day. You never know, see how things go. And I'll end you on some wisdom as well. And what could that be? Got the perfect bit of wisdom for this episode, and it's this. Sometimes, and it's definitely happened to me, you have to lose yourself to find yourself again. There's going to be times, and I never thought this, but there's going to be times you may even get worse than your past self, or weaker than your past self, or you'll get yourself into a worse situation than your past self. You may even feel like you're not as good as your past self anymore. Don't make the same mistake I've made of being, I need to be better, I need to be like my past self. No, because you need to be better than your current self, and your past self. So, just focus on getting better and all that, and understand that obviously if you lose yourself, it's also an opportunity to find yourself again. To find who you are, what you are now, and what you're going to be, and what you need to do and all that. And it kind of gives you like a route that you can follow and work your way up again, to make sure you don't fall off. I will admit this past 6 months, I don't think I've been, in some places I have, but some of the places I haven't been as disciplined as I have. I struggle to wake up at times, even if it's not like I'm upset or anything, sometimes I just struggle to wake up and get out of bed. Sometimes I go to bed way too late, I didn't used to go to bed at 10:30, wake up at 7 now. Sometimes I might go to bed at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, wake up at like 8 or 9, not get downstairs until 12 or something, but along all that, I've got better. and I've found myself, and I've got stronger in other parts, and I will get more discipline again. Don't you worry. And it kind of hurts me sharing that with you, because I don't want to tarnish the little reputation I have, if you know what I mean. I don't want to like make you think I'm just a fool. Yeah, maybe I am, but you know, I don't want to make you think, oh, this guy knows nothing, because I'm generally here to help you out and stuff like that. But yeah, long story short, very long story short, as I say, you know, so when you lose yourself, you get an opportunity to find yourself, and you know, sometimes you have to lose yourself to find yourself. So yeah, I mean, I started self-improvement because I kind of lost myself, you know. I'm like, I don't want to sit around playing Xbox and all that crap anymore, you know. Just wanted to improve myself and all that. So yeah, it is what it is. But I'll yeah, just realised this entire podcast I don't even use my microphone. I so hope the audio's okay on this. Oh damn. But yeah, I'll see you next episode. Thank you for watching.